much put that shirt back on you fruit? JDB I'm high 888. Rick, how much is it true that you hang out in Walmart restrooms to listen to strangers poop? David the First took a Mondo Duck.
Long Beach. Salmon. Burb. Radio. Speak out.
There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love. It's a lost form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council. Sports. Like football. They like, but mostly they do themselves. Podcasts and radio going back anything to talk about, but I never Steve Covino. Has been my stepdaughter. Take away my confidence. Rich Davis. Fred Savage.
Macho Man Randy Savage. The tickler. They're playing In the Club on the radio. Where do I get my ideas? That's a good question.
Dunkley Burb. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. Wing 007. To Capistrano Beach. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. 1. 9 No to the beach. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. 21. 9 A Lot of Long Beach. Wing 007 Hell yeah. Dune, where do your ideas come from? Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. 21. 9 Radio. 2046. 3. End. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. 21. 9. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide. 21. 9. 1. 6. 1. 0.
San Francisco will never be a hockey town. But the Kings won 2 championships in 2011 and 2013, I think, with Jonathan Quick at goalie. San Jose Sharks will be leaving town. The local sportscasters on my radio give me the idea that we are more interested in promoting San Diego Padres baseball than San Jose Sharks hockey. Hot dog water. Thinking about hot dog water. It's the Saints and Cardinals at the Superdome. Week 1 in New Orleans. The 2 worst teams in the NFL playing in the premium indoor arena. To call the Saints Cardinals dog water or hot dog water is I upgrade. I call it hot dog water. They just call it a dog water game. Okay, they're totally different things. One is the hot water that the dog was washed in. But a hot dog water is that juice that comes off a hot dog, okay? And this Superdome game is going to be juicy. Saints might not show too much because they're saving. They're going to go rampage on the 49ers. The radio is fondly thinking about who can smash your face the hardest with some punches. You know, they're talking about Kimbo Slice and how he went down. My favorite boxer was Holyfield. I got a special place in my heart for Bart Gunn, though. And now Rampage Jackson with the greatest combo ever seen. Sami Zayn won the U.S. Heavyweight Championship tonight. I've seen Sami Zayn wrestle in person as El Generico. At least twice I've seen El Generico. Sometimes I like to look at old PWG videos, and I'm kind of looking for my brother, because he would be in the crowd. You know, some 480p videos. You know, I haven't spotted my brother, but Mad Men season 1, episode 6, I was in it. That was the one about Zion. So I got to participate in some influential Zion propaganda. Why do I got my shirt off? Because I kind of broke a sweat. I'm a little musty. But I don't want to be cold, you know. The wife beater's too tight. I did just shave my belly last night. Right. That tickles. Do I look like Psycho Stu? The treasure map. Some, yeah, you guys. I'm just wearing this shirt because it keeps my neck warmed up. But wouldn't it be really nice if I had the big night, you know, it said one, if I would be like, or 1976, right on my belly, right here. Right here. Think about getting a big ass tattoo, a belly Do you think Labor Day is the time to go to the tattoo shop? Would regular be $50 an hour? Maybe they're $85. Maybe they're giving a 15% discount, 10% discount, $90 an hour for your tattoo artist. I don't know. But what I look at today is AI cameras. Something that can track my movement. As I move, the camera will automatically follow me. And you know, I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve that. And it's fucking those. See, these products are getting so small that they're not even worth $100. You know. Wait 3 years in the used electronic market. You're going to be insane in 2030. And, you know, I'm about to drop $1,000 on electronics this month. And I'm celebrating getting rid of this 720p camera by doing everything. Will be in high definition by the time the season starts. This is pre-season. But you know, I worked out my picks for the week 1 NFL season, and it's a long shot, but the AFC South very well might go undefeated. This is crazy. Because I think the Texans might upset the Rams, and the Jags could easily defeat the Panthers. The Titans would be underdogs on the road in Denver, and then the Colts would just have to have a decent game at home versus Miami. So Miami on the road in Indianapolis is like Whether or not, I think the Colts are going to upset a lot of people and win on week 1. Let's just say that. Like the Colts, all of Indiana and Indianapolis have been trash for the last 20 years. Lucky they got the Bears in the Super Bowl. Today I was researching the 1999, 2000, 2001 season. The only 3 seasons the NFL had 31 teams. If the NFL had 31 teams 3 times, the Rams made it to the Super Bowl twice, losing to Brady in the 2001 season. Then the Texans come in the 2002 season, and that is the first season with officially 32 teams. So, I don't want to play the Texans in the video game. I'm looking at the best version of Madden 2001, which should have Troy Aikman playable, and Steve Young's not playable, guys. I don't know what the 49ers are going to do. The 49ers aren't going to want to play Madden 2001. I'm sure they love Madden 2000. Let's check out Steve Young's ratings in Madden 2000. I mean, he was allegedly healthy, right? See, Madden 2000 came out like Steve Young got hurt right before they put him in the game. They literally cut his ass. Steve Young being removed from Madden paved the way for all the current running quarterbacks we have now. You can't, who is the best scrambling quarterback in Madden 2000? Let's ask that question. Because it would be Steve Young if Steve Young was healthy, but it's not. In the Madden 2000, right? Yeah. Now doing independent research. It only wants to tell me how to stop a scrambling quarterback. Doesn't want to give me a list of best quarterbacks. So you want to know how I think. And it was on the way to the liquor store today that I really figured out exactly why I think the way I do. Because I was born on March 26th, 1976. But my ears were working before I came out of my mother. And I was always listening. I was always listening before I was born. And the only thing I remember about before I was born is I couldn't comprehend anything. Because I had I didn't have a dictionary. I didn't understand what they were saying. But I could always listen. I always knew there was noise out there. And sometimes I like to confuse my audience. I put you in the toddler situation where you're waiting to be born into the knowledge that you understand what I'm saying. So I leave you without the necessary tools to comprehend what's going on. I occasionally treat my audience like the radio is playing and you're waiting to be born. My mother definitely had radio. She sat in the front seat of the car close to the radio when I was in her womb. I I know now that my mom never had an FM radio, so I was always exposed to AM radio, which is not so many bandwidths. The music is like 6 tracks or something. Now you have like 9 or 12 tracks on FM. So as an adult, I switched to FM radio, but AM radio, what's the difference? AM radio is like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Rat Pack music. Most of the Palm Springs is AM radio. Maybe that was the problem, is Palm Springs didn't have FM radio. Now everybody goes out there for Coachella, which is a big music festival, but they really celebrate FM radio songs. Stuff that wouldn't even, you couldn't broadcast 6-channel music or 8, 9, 12-channel analog. Palm Springs. There's a vibe. There's a special vibe when you're in Palm Springs and you're watching the television, and it's like the desert morning show. So I've been to this place. I mean, LA is nice, guys. Like 30 years, 32 years, 30, maybe 5 years in LA. But most of the time in LA, you just hope you can get back to the golf course for the weekend. And we would drive down to Palm Springs on a Friday, check into the timeshare, sleep a night, hit the pool on Saturday, and find a reason to not come home till Monday, because we ain't got no job. I would always be begging to come home by Monday. We'd usually get home on Monday night. We'd be driving home on Monday night during football, during wrestling. I spent a lot of my time in California just sitting in the car while the family drove around. And I rode the car for at least 4 hours a day just to get to school. It takes an hour just to get out of Pasadena. Not a bus-friendly town. Have trouble with the YouTube search engine. It won't let me sort by uploaded today. I can't find anything uploaded today. Like if I want to search for Raja Rampage last hour, I can't do it. And what's up with the cat ears? That's just the way I make my shows, man. Are you mad I didn't show you my belly? I showed you my belly. Yesterday I showed you my ass crack was accidentally on the show. And you're mad about the cat ears. The cat ears still got you shook. Well, you need accessories on your head just so people want to look at it. You have to have something that is attention grabbing. And I can't rely on my genetic indicators alone. Like you can see, my genetic history is in my hair. It already pulled over 100 views in the first 15 minutes, and now I'm double checking the statistics on this episode. From 429, I hit 513 on this dead channel. 204 views in 39 minutes and 45 seconds. 204 divided by 34. That's right. 204 divided by 39.
It's
So we're
approximately
in 5.2307
5.2307.
views per minute. My fingers are not in my mouth right now. But hey, enjoy the thumbnail if you need that. Beer's almost gone. I like it when it lasts an hour, but we can get through this in 40 minutes. Did the sub, how many views? Double checking the 2 likes, okay. Better than 0. Sub count is 1611. One 611. I'm just here to gain influence. You see my jacket hanging behind me? That's how I do it. That's my coat rack. Got my hoodie. My hoodie is also up there. And this lunch menu is done. Can I pull it off without knocking down the action figures? Put a new one up. And this other one, end of the month, but I was putting new shit up for next month. This is one gigantic chug. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a big drip. Notorious B.I. I like Moon Man. I can't say that, bro. You cannot say that on YouTube, bro. Stop leaving your chicken wings on the sidewalk. I mean, every time I see chicken wings on the sidewalk, I think about Moon Man. Looking down there and seeing that last comment. All right, I'm back. I'm back, all right. Rocking 0 views at the moment at the 43-minute mark. DSP. I want to watch DSP in the kitchen with the 60-year-olds. And I haven't even hit the vape pen, man. I'm just sitting here being El Cheapo with the premium. Tearing through this cart, bro. Supposed to last me another 6 days on both these. I don't think so. Man, about to be kickoff. I'm gonna go buy a premium. I'm gonna get some wedding cake tomorrow. Who took the chicken off the plate and put it in the fridge? Shaggy, too dope, dude. When I met Violent J, that was like the greatest moments of my life. Just so I could say I did it. But in his song, he says, I need to take a picture with him. I don't got that. I didn't get a picture with Violent J. You know, that thing's a little too big right there. Let me reformat. Slide that down. Can you see the, as long as you can see the number, that's all right. Give me your comment. Maybe Dory will come and read what you say. I stopped playing video games so I can just stare at, you know, focus on my audience and myself. Enjoy my old gameplay videos. I like Overwatch, World of Warcraft. If you don't play that, you're a trash gamer. You can't be a real gamer unless you play every single game on my list. There's a lot of fake gamers out there. I don't play new games. If you get caught playing some new shit, dude, you're not a gamer. One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, pick one, play one. I'll respect you, okay? So you like looking at Japanese cartoons, yeah. One Punch Man not good enough for you? You want to be Raja Jackson, 22 Punch Man? You need 22 punches? If you want to, I want to suggest, you need to make a short man, okay? I'm already have YouTube open, right? YouTube, play Daft Punk one more time. I get a Pizza Hut commercial, $5 till 5 p.m. That's fucked up, man. You can't be changing the price because the time on the clock, man. That's discriminating against people who wake up at 5 p.m. Man, fuck Pizza Hut. They some boomer ass pizza company. Boomers going to bed at 5 p.m. because they already ate their pizza. All right, fuck boomers. I'm not going to bed at 5 p.m. I go to bed at 12 p.m. It's Daft Punk one more time. So, Daft Punk one more time is the perfect song for Raja Rampage. And I'm sorry, some of those blows missed. But wrestling is fake, and that was just a closed hand slap. Ask Dr. Schultz. Did the promoter call the cops? No. Wait. Nobody called the cops. Psycho Stu, where are you? Man, you know, I'm kind of built like Shawn Michaels. And you never realize how good looking you are until you're truly like 50. You've been wearing a shirt too long. Now my right foot hurts, affecting my strut. I'm gonna click on this. Somebody who struts. Get your scissors out, cut the toilet paper roll. Wonder Woman had magic scissors. My brother uses his scissors to cut his chicken breast before he cooks it. Scissors are like chopsticks. I want to eat my dinner with scissors. Is that a I just evolved. I am now Tedward Scissorhands. So there's some mayonnaise. You know, I put mayonnaise in the sushis. You can pay $20,000 to learn how to sterilize your knives with mayonnaise. The secret of sushi school is that mayonnaise is only applied to the sharpest knife to sterilize it. So there's actually they keep mayonnaise in a sushi restaurant, but they don't put it on anything. Just directly to the knife. There's some red stuff in there. See that red? I'm tearing through this fish parts. When I picked it up, I brought the fish into my room. I didn't know if I would be able to eat it. I identify as somebody with an eating disorder. It's called being a picky eater. It's that simple. On guard, on guard, on guard. Fight me. Fight me. I'm just an old man. You can take me, can't you? I'm holding two knives. Two knives in one hand. What do you got? Probably nothing. You don't know the greatest weapon of all time? What video game do I get to play with scissors? That'd be a fun game. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode at the 54-minute mark. Hit 200 views. I got a 25% battery. If I've upgraded my show, I should be able to produce 7-hour episodes. How I deliver my content over a 7-hour block, just mumbling to myself in my room during a quiet period in the day where there's not too much noise coming from my neighbors. 12 o'clock midnight is the premium time to make an audio recording. All right, that's why I go live at midnight, so you can hear me clearly. If the sun is coming through the window, you can see me in natural lighting, but the iPhone, I'm on iPhone, it's known for suffering in bad lighting conditions. So if I switch to a Google 9, it might have better low light performance. All I want is the camera to pay attention to where I want. I'd rather just get locked up. I get paid $1,400 a month. You know, if I go 30 days without spending anything, I'm only $1,400 richer. Okay, current UPS drivers get $1,400 a week. Ukrainian soldiers get $600 a month. Russian soldiers get more, and I appreciate that. Nobody wants to, remember, you don't see my Hitler mustache. We have to stomp out Nazis. We don't want Nazis. Looking at my, we don't want Nazis. Fuck Nazis. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm about? The Nazi can kiss my ass. Any final comments while you look at my channel? The sort by popular. One year ago, what was I talking about? I don't know. What's up with my chat? They can't say anything after an hour. They just show up in the first 10 minutes to egg me on. That's the wife beater from a year ago. Used to have to hit the bell. Look, I'm only got 623 subs right there. I got my clown face. $623, man, come a long way. What channel? What day is it? April 4th. This is the beginning of the push. I don't know why I was getting 3,000 views. I hope they have it ready for tomorrow's episode. I'm not rocking the cat filter, but this rebroadcast could add the cat filter.
Dodgers have 9 wins. PP Long's Dolphins.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna watch my episode. I want to story mode 20%. Back to this stuff. Good episode. We just hit 1 hour. This episode, Dead Channel, 250 views. I've seen a lot of people just not get any views, like, guys. I'm so thankful that one person shows up. My biggest fear in life is that nobody, I might as well be dead. I don't want to be dead because I'm still living. You know, when my lifetime is over, somebody else could say a bunch of shit. If they figure anything out. Biomass. Who is the biomass? The boomers were right. Not all boomers. We're created equal. Fair weather fans, East Coast. It's better to get snowed in and live in blizzard conditions. Take a day off. Everybody at FedEx in Memphis is getting fired. 1,000 people just got the week off. It's better to cash your last paycheck and go directly into demilitarization. The FedEx is too militarized. We could rehire all 17-year-olds to do the work of the 40-year-olds. It's very easy to see. The problem with the boomers is we didn't replace the workplace. We didn't force them out of office because they were 50 years old and they wouldn't accept retirement. They wanted to keep working. Now FedEx can just fire all the old ass people in Memphis and hire the young people. Guys, it's not. You can't be afraid of young people. Be inspired by young people, okay? That's how I think. I see young people do things. Can I copy? Bless the young people. Please, remember my limits are, I don't like your fingers in my mouth, okay? So, my limits is that I don't want your fingers in my mouth. Now, if you put your fingers in my mouth, I'm not going to bite your finger, okay? I won't bite your fingers if you put it in my mouth. And I'm going to and that's a firm rule I have, okay? I won't bite your fingers if you put them in my mouth, but that's my limit. I don't want your fingers in my mouth. So, next episode, fingers in my mouth. I promise you. I promise you. And I will talk to somebody today with my fingers in my mouth. I will never talk to another human being without my fingers in my mouth. That's a bold statement. Find who is gullible.
Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide 21. 9. I won't bite your fingers if you put them in my mouth, but that's my limit. I don't want your fingers in my mouth. 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 1 second, and 1 second. 4. End. Teddy Belcher 4K Ultra Wide 21. 9.